Welcome, folks. For whoever's listening to this is Callisto8413. I think it's around 4 o'clock in the morning out here. The sun comes up early. I've been running back and forth, basically to try to keep warm. Back and forth like this between the two torches, which I'm going to take now and start running north. My mind's kind of in that state of, you ever play when they first came out with Civilization, the first game? And put that close to my body so it warms up. And it becomes near the end of the game. It becomes a click fest where you're just trying to manage your cities. Have I passed the north region? Am I going back? I better have this ready then. And it becomes a click fest, and all you're doing, all you're doing is trying to manage cities and wars and create aqueducts and all that. And at first it seems just boring, I'm not doing anything but a click fest. But you actually get involved into it, but your mind becomes so focused on it that you actually forget time, and after a while you realize you spent 18 hours in your whole weekend playing a civilization game. And your mind becomes so totally focused on it that you're thinking, but you're not really thinking. You're just clicking because you know what you have to do. You know what you have to do automatically for each city. Whenever sometimes comes up, it just becomes click fest. That's what my brain feels like right now. I'm focused. I know what I'm doing, but I'm not really thinking anymore. It's all automatic. Unlike Dwarf Fortress, which every fire needs you to do something special, or something wrong, or something got canceled, or oh boy. I remember playing a Civilization game, the first one. You get to choose to be able to play on Earth, and I took over the planet. Whoa! Oh! Oh, there goes the boat. I used, by the way, my stone to make another spear. I didn't see any reason to keep it around. Now I have no wood. Well, I guess that was just some sort of freakish spot there. North it is. Where was I? Oh yeah, I took over the Earth in the 21st century, but it was with muskets and cannon and all that. I'd put everything into the military and very little into infrastructure. Then my brother played it. He said, "Could I play it?" And I said, "Sure." And I let him have the computer. And a couple of years later, I was playing it again. I realized, hey, here's my brother's save. So I loaded it up. He had gotten to the 18th century. He had taken over Europe. His cities were modern cities. He had created a wall across, disconnecting Europe from the rest of Asia, Eurasia. And he had tanks and mechanized infantry and missile carriers and all sorts of stuff. And the rest of the world was radiation and death symbols. He had done the exact opposite. He had worked on his infrastructure to the point where he could basically nuke the rest of the planet. Literally, there's ruined cities and radiation and death all over the planet. In some ways, I was quite impressed. He had focused. I always want to spread out and destroy my enemies as quickly as possible. He had sat still and focused and worked on his infrastructure. Long-term planning, which I am horrible at. You should see the fortresses I'm making. Dwarf fortress. They just look horrible. Literally, they're very horrible. They're like anthills. I just build wherever I can, and sometimes I restructure. Mostly reassign beds, putting farmers closer to the surface, miners down below, and as the fortress expands outwards and downwards, the houses and kitchens and more hospitals, and I even know how to make bathhouses when I don't flood the place. Now I'm babbling about games. This survival situation. Rocks. Should I collect rocks? There's a reason for me to collect rocks, isn't there? Yes, I should collect some rocks. Yeah. More rocks. More rocks. Yeah. More rocks. More rocks. More rocks. I don't feel hungry, which is kind of weird, I guess. Oh boy. Not sure what's going to happen, folks. I'm thinking I'm probably going to die out here. Even if I find land, it's probably not going to be livable. Do you hear that noise? Some background noise. Like a humming or some sort. I'm not sure if it's radiation or atmosphere. Maybe the northern lights are up there crackling and I just can't see them. I don't know. Plenty of islands. Luckily, I haven't seen an alien lately. Last night I was just running back and forth on that small little plot of land. And there's nothing there. Whew. And I really enjoyed Dwarf Fortress, playing that game. I didn't have a game as good as, let's say, Boat Murdered, but, I was never lucky enough to run into elephants. And of course I used a tile set. I mean, I can't read that stuff. Well, I could, but... And I do have a good imagination, but sometimes it's tiring to try to figure out what something is. And it's just easier to just say, look, just show me a dwarf instead of a little face. Color-coded dwarves, I can't tell what they are. Miners, administrators, kids. Oh man, I don't know. There's a hum coming from my suit. I don't think I'll be able to take much longer. There's definitely a hole, I think, in one of the boots. And I think I'm just going to lose electricity soon in the recording. I mean, it has an internal battery pack, but I don't think it was meant to handle this kind of weather. Funny considering it was probably meant to handle me dropping into the sea. starting to lose focus here, folks. Starting to just like I was saying, you know, if you're playing one of those games where it just becomes a click fest, you're thinking but you're not thinking. That's what's happening here. I'm just going north and I'm not thinking. Probably I gotta think of this situation. Maybe I should have just stayed put near the helicopter. But the aliens would have found me sooner or later if this is a parallel planet. It sounds so stupid to saying that. I am finding it a little hard to breathe, which is why I'm not running right now. I was running all last night, and I was finding it difficult. It could be the atmosphere. It could be I caught a bug. I'm not sure. I could catch an alien bug. I mean, proteins are different. Land ho, folks. But the sun's going down. I gotta find shelter soon. What do I have? Alright. It's gonna be quick and dirty, folks. Quick and dirty. Alright. Okay, folks, it looks like another ending to another day. Whoa! Well. Oh, I don't like this at all, folks. But I'm cutting off the recording now. At least I'm undercover. Good night.